The Supreme Court faces a defining moment: should assault weapon bans stand, or do they violate the Second Amendment? For years the court has avoided a direct answer, leaving a patchwork of laws across the country. Now, legal challenges from Illinois and New Jersey demand a clear ruling. At stake. Does the right to bear arms include popular rifles like the AR-15? Gun control advocates argue these bans are essential to prevent mass shootings. Gun rights supporters say banning such firearms infringes on self-defense and constitutional freedoms. The court's conservative majority has expanded gun rights before, but has hesitated on this issue. With petitions filed and arguments sharpened, the nation waits for a decision that could reshape American gun laws. For states, a loss could undo years of gun control efforts. For gun owners, a win could end restrictions they see as unfair. The Supreme Court is being asked to draw a line that will echo 4 generations. The outcome will redefine safety, rights, and daily life across the United States. Illinois became ground zero in the fight over assault weapon bans with the 2023 Protect Illinois Communities Act, banning AR-15s and high-capacity magazines. Legal challenges erupted immediately, targeting both state and local bans like Cook County's. The 7th Circuit upheld the Cook County ban in 2025, prompting gun rights groups to petition the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, New Jersey's long-standing ban faces scrutiny in the 3rd Circuit. A potential circuit split looms. While some federal courts uphold bans, the 3rd Circuit's changing makeup could lead to a different outcome. If the 3rd Circuit strikes down New Jersey's law, it would directly conflict with other courts, almost guaranteeing Supreme Court intervention. The justices prefer consistency in federal law, and a split would force their hand. On October 15, 2025, the 3rd Circuit heard arguments raising the stakes for a national showdown. The legal world is watching, knowing one decision could push the Supreme Court to finally rule on assault weapon bans. The outcome could set a precedent for every state. The battle lines are drawn, and the next move belongs to the highest court. The nation waits for a definitive answer. Despite a conservative majority, the Supreme Court has repeatedly declined to hear assault weapon ban cases. In June 2025, the court let Maryland and Rhode Island bans stand, frustrating gun rights advocates. Some believe the justices are waiting for the right case or a clear circuit split before acting. Justice Kavanaugh hinted the court may soon address the issue, specifically referencing the Cook County case. This signals the court's patience is running out. The combination of the Cook County petition and a possible circuit split from New Jersey could be the catalyst. The era of calculated inaction may be ending. A direct confrontation over the Second Amendment's scope is on the horizon. At the heart of the debate, common use versus public safety. Gun rights advocates argue AR-15s and similar rifles are owned by millions for lawful purposes, making bans unconstitutional. They say the Second Amendment protects weapons in common use for self-defense and sport. Banning them, they argue, punishes law-abiding citizens for the actions of a few. States counter that these are weapons of war, designed for rapid fire and mass casualties. They argue such features make them uniquely dangerous and justify regulation. States claim the government has always had authority to ban exceptionally dangerous weapons. The legal fight centers on whether the Second Amendment is absolute or allows for reasonable regulation. The Supreme Court must decide if public safety outweighs the right to own these firearms. The answer will set the standard for future gun laws. The 2020 would den natikrian enshu mapinstantui. The new Bruin decision changed everything about gun law. Before Bruin, courts balanced public safety against gun rights. Now, the government must prove any gun regulation fits within the nation's historical tradition. States defending assault weapon bans must find historical analogs from the 18th or 19th centuries. This is a high bar. AR-15s didn't exist when the Second Amendment was written. Lower courts are split. Some say there's no tradition of banning common arms. Others say modern dangers justify bans. The Supreme Court is being asked to clarify how history applies to today's weapons. The Illinois and New Jersey cases are critical tests of the Bruin standard. The outcome will determine if modern gun laws can survive under this new, stricter test. The court's ruling will shape how all future gun regulations are judged. The stakes for both sides could not be higher. If the Supreme Court strikes down the bans, the impact will be immediate and sweeping. Similar laws in states like California and New York would fall, making AR-15s and high-capacity magazines legal overnight. Gun shops would stock previously banned firearms, and millions would gain access to them. It would be the largest deregulation of firearms in modern U.S. history. lawmakers would hesitate to pass new gun control measures, fearing swift legal defeat. The ruling could protect a wide range of semi-automatic firearms, not just AR-15s. Gun control advocates warn this could lead to more gun violence and deadlier mass shootings. They argue it would remove a key tool for reducing the lethality of attacks. The ripple effects would be felt in law, politics, and public safety. The decision's consequences would reach every American community. The Supreme Court's decision will define the future of gun rights and regulation in America. Upholding the bans would affirm states' power to regulate dangerous weapons even under the strict Bruin test. Striking them down would expand gun rights, making the common use test the law of the land. The outcome will change daily life. AR-15s could become common in states where they're now banned. Political debates would shift from what to ban to what can still be regulated. For some, the decision will bring security. For others, fear and vulnerability. The court's ruling will echo far beyond the courtroom, shaping the national conversation on guns. The cases from Illinois and New Jersey are about more than laws. They're about the meaning of the Second Amendment today. The justices must weigh history, tradition, and the realities of modern America. Whichever path they choose, the decision will be a landmark, setting the course for generations. The nation stands at a crossroads, waiting for the Supreme Court's answer.